RC four-wheel drive 2-speed transmission. Why are we doing this? Because of this. I know it's not RC four-wheel drive, it's a Traxxas Servo, but I wanted to give this to you in comparison of what I've been trying to figure out for myself. The whole idea of that big-ass servo, which is your standard servo, fits up in your steering block up here as well, is to change the shifter, the linkage, which doesn't need a lot, let's get rid of that, doesn't need a lot of torque, you know, goes pretty freely. Sometimes it'll set up on a gear and, you know, on a tooth, it just needs a little nudge forward on the truck and then it pops into place. But other than that, it moves quite freely. So what I've been doing is going down the road of figuring this shit out to find something that's a little more efficient and smaller to save me all the space on the battery tray deck. That way, if I want to put more electronics into it, if I want to put a bigger battery, if I want to run 2 batteries, if I want to run a scale lighting system, anything else that I want to do or you want to do can be met and is achievable by this. What this is, shine a light on it here. There we go. This is a micro servo mount that I scratched my head over. I don't know if anybody else is doing it out there. If you are, kudos to you. I could not find anybody that had one of these to show. So my first trial run on it was actually with the Marty. That's the Marty right there. Inside of it is a micro servo. Done horribly, by the way, which I'll tidy up now that I've built these. The whole idea of this is to accept, I've chosen a Traxxas micro servo, durable, strong, and you know what? It just does the job. So the whole idea is it fits there, or it fits in there. And then this guy here goes up into here and takes the place of that monster servo. Where are you here? There we go. Up there. Giving you that little amount of extra deck space underneath the cab and the seating. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount that and be right back. There you go, bench mounted. So in comparison, you can see the amount of, we'll call it ceiling height, you save by going with a micro shifting servo, and also the width or the depth, whatever you want to call it, on your deck space. Using something this big versus something that small. So before in my other videos, I've talked about using the E6000 epoxy adhesive. That's how I've mounted this to my deck, because I know that I won't want to pull it off. I've got no desire to pull it off. It's going to stay there. It gives me lots more space, real estate to do whatever I want on there. There are other ways. This is the second one that I've printed. If you choose, I mean, you could tap through and put some screws at the bottom of this to mount up from the plate, but I find that E6000 works wonders. You're basically pushing a toothpick with, I don't know, a strong wind, whatever analogy you want to use, because you really don't need something this big. Focus. There we go. You don't need something this big, no matter what brand of servo, to push something so small. So it doesn't suck.